the ROG Ally has a fatal design flaw. It don't work, bro. The machine's broke, y'all. The machine's broke. To further dig this hole, I downloaded Among Us last night on an 8 GB SD card, and it's still not done. Among Us is like a 500 megabyte game. That thing said there was like 5 hours left. Sorry that I'm laughing. I know the issue is very serious for a lot of people. I think that's hilarious. I do make light of terrible situations. That's why I'm laughing, because at the end of the day, we all have the ability to choose how we react to things like this. Most of the internet is going to be negative, or choose a side, or say that someone's defending another person, and blah 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 blah. I will read what ASUS said basically about the card reader issue, the SD card reader issue, and heat. For everyone's gonna say, I told you so, I told you it was hardware, blah blah blah. That's fine. I don't feel affected by you pointing at me and telling me you thought it was a software issue, you fanboy. We want to thank the community for the passionate response we've received for the ROG Ally. Your support has been both immense and invaluable. So we've been hard at work to improve a number of things. After a confirmation from internal testing, under certain thermal stress conditions, the SD card reader may malfunction. Which is interesting, because the reason I thought it was software related is because I had not pushed my system to do anything that it wasn't meant to do, which is why I thought this issue was so weird. Because when they're talking about heat, I'm thinking this thing has to sit here at like 90 something degrees Celsius, 80 plus degrees Celsius for a while. Never have I done that with my system, and even if I did, it shouldn't mess it up in that way. If I'm using a feature turbo mode, the last thing I'm going to expect is for the hardware to fry from the inside, just from me using something that the system was designed to do. But yeah, that's where I'm at with that issue. And then before we get too far, a Steam Summer Sale. Steam Summer Sale is still going. I only bought Sons of the Forest, but for people that don't have a handheld PC or are looking into getting one, the Steam Deck is on sale, all models starting at $360, which is a steal. Whether you're choosing to go the default SteamOS route or wanting to put Windows on it like I did, still worth it. And somehow the stars have aligned. Prime Day is today and tomorrow, and the Steam Summer Sale is still going to be going on. You can get an SSD for your Steam Deck or Ally, whatever. You can get a 1 terabyte SD card for your Steam Deck for like $60, which is amazing. And you could probably get a smaller one for even less than that, and you'll be paying less than the cost of the 64 gigabyte Steam Deck originally, which is amazing. I'm not jumping ships or anything, I'm just explaining the two situations. I do own both of these devices, so I'm going to talk about both of them. I've never made it into some sort of war on why I'm using this one over the other one. I own both of them to talk about both of them, to play on both of them, and share with you guys on the channel. That's my personal reasoning. Whether people are like making this a war or something, that's on their end. I am not going to partake. I can make my own opinions and compare them in my own point of views, and I'll share that with you guys. Not everyone has to agree with me. Alright, moving on. So we got that Steam Summer Sale stuff, and if you don't get it on this sale, it's nice to know it will go on sale in the future. It went on sale on its birthday, and it went on sale again during the Steam Summer Sale, so I think it's gonna go on sale again at some point if you can't catch the sale for whatever reason. Now let's move on to the angry Reddit people. So underneath this post about the SD card reader and the hardware issue, what you'll find is that most people understandably are very angry and very pessimistic and negative, and they have a lot to say, which I completely get. But they're making this more about the company and all of this stuff. Like, I understand that, but everyone has a choice to return this device. And for anyone that's saying, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to buy this, to me, I don't care that you're not going to buy it. That's your decision. You don't have to apologize to me. I'm not obligating anyone to buy this thing. I am sharing why I still own it, and I'm telling you why I don't care about its flaws as well. Like, I'm not expecting everyone to think like I am, but I will share why I feel the way I do. People want to push their point of view on someone else. If someone doesn't care about the SD card reader like I do and wants to just upgrade the internal storage and understands that there probably won't ever be a fix for their reader specifically, let them feel that way. They are made aware of the issue. They have found a workaround. They're going to be happy with this workaround. let it be. I get that it's supposed to work, but if they're okay with it not working and they want to move on, let them be. If you are angry because you expected this thing to work, you know, you don't want to continue using it, get up, go to the mailbox, and send it away. No, but really, you don't have to deal with these issues. Just return the thing, wait for a better version, wait for a different company to do it, get an alternative existing product, do something that is going to fit your situation. You don't have to feel the need to push why you hate something so much on someone else, and you don't have to stick around to deal with the issues. You're only stressing yourself, and you're adding or pushing that stress on other people when you could just move on and go about your day and be happier elsewhere. But yeah, whether you choose to return it or you choose to keep it, I don't care what anyone else out there does, but I will explain why I personally am choosing to keep this thing. From day one, and since I own a Steam Deck, I haven't felt the need to really use an SD card with the ROG Ally. And I've said this before, the ROG Ally is supposed to play PC games portably, and I've been able to do just that without any issues, even when I ignore the fact that the SD card reader is, you know, messed up. So yeah, it sucks that it's not going to be an option unless they offer a valid solution at some point, but for right now, I am able to enjoy my system perfectly fine for what it's supposed to do. Play games. When I'm sitting here playing a game or sharing a game, I am not always thinking about, okay, the SD card reader is broken, so this is a terrible experience. That's not how my brain works. That's not how I view this issue. I understand you're paying a certain amount of money for this thing and you want everything to work, but if you're unsatisfied, like I said, that's when you get up and you solve your problem. You don't have to push your opinion on everyone else. Notice how I have not once made this about defending the company. I can acknowledge that they have messed up. I find it hard to believe that this was tested for, I forget how many years, they say 5 years, and we figured out there was a major flaw in about 3 weeks. I just find that kind of funny, but I'm not going to make this about the company. I'm going to make this about me, the consumer, and how I can go about this thing, because I am the opposite of a fanboy. I own things because I like the things I like. If I have the Steam Deck, it's not because I love Valve, it's because they showed me a product that I thought I would enjoy, and I absolutely do. Do I have trust in them based on how they've treated the device? Yes, I do. I own an Xbox, I own a PlayStation, I own a Nintendo Switch. I have no alliance to any brand. I don't work that way. I don't, have this brand loyalty engraving into my skull. I've never defended anyone for doing anything. I just base everything on my own personal opinion, how I see things, what I like about them. The way I see it is I am able to make my own decision, and it has nothing to do with how other people feel. It has more to do with my experiences. So even if this thing never gets fixed, or if I never replace her, if they never offer me a valid solution, and I continue to enjoy this thing as much as I have, I would probably still look at their next, device or iteration or whatever. They still did provide me with an experience that I absolutely enjoyed. This is a first gen product as well, and this has, again, nothing to do with the company, but when anyone does it, when anyone makes the first iteration of a device, these are the things that are likely to, surface, the issues that might happen, which is why people wait for the first batches or for the first versions of products to buy them. They'd just rather wait and pass on them and, see how it goes down and then make their decision, which is totally understandable. But here, in my situation, I make videos on a handheld PC. I wanted a new handheld PC. So even this issue happening is still a reason why I got this device for me personally, because I get to talk about these things to you guys. But yeah, Reddit is a disgusting dumpster fire. People don't respect each other. Opinions are being thrown left and right. The facts are that this thing is, flawed, and fan fixes might not ever fix it. But I will say this, a lot of people are probably going to be RMAing this thing, and unless they give me some form of, a security blanket of them saying, like, what we're going to do is inspect your card reader, and if it does end up being messed up, we're going to put a new version of, one that is supposed to work. But if they're just going to replace it with the same one right now, what's the point of me returning this? I'll tell you how I'd return this in the long run, because this thing is going to be good for return for like a year or something with the manufacturer's warranty. But this is the ideal solution, in my opinion, for me personally to go get up and return this, would be for them to say, hey, we have been putting new readers in our newer systems, which is a possibility. The Steam Deck, there's different versions of different fans. On the outside, they're all the same, but on the inside, they're changing fans on different systems. How many different PS5 are there already? Like version 1, 2, whatever, 3, I don't know how many different PS5 versions they are, but on the inside, they did change a couple of things. So if in the future, they're making these units with different card readers, and they were to tell me, look at the bottom of your system. If yours was manufactured in April or May of 2023, you are eligible for a quick replacement at Best Buy. That would be like the ultimate solution. I don't have to wait, I don't have to send anything in. Just them telling me like, mine is able to fail because it's from this date, you're eligible to replace it for a newer one. I would happily do it. That would be the ultimate solution. For right now, I will continue using it as it is with the fried SD card reader for as long as I can play my games somehow, some way. And if there is no valid solution, I'm still gonna keep it and put a 2 terabyte SSD in there like some people are doing, because I'm okay with that. Just because you aren't doesn't mean that it's not an option. It's an option. It's just not good enough for you. That's a different story. I think that about covers it. That's the issue at hand. That's where we're at with this device and its issues with the SD card reader, which is the most prominent issue I've seen. I don't know of many other issues with the device, if any, like that have been causing this sort of noise. My recommendation for people that want to get into this space is, one, understand that there are things wrong with this device, and if you still want to put your foot through that door, that is on you. At least you're being made aware of what these issues are. If it's not by the company, at least people are talking about it in general. The other thing is that you can do is look at your other options, or just wait. Those are the options. Accept, wait, look for an alternative. I won't be letting a hardware company, a bunch of lousy Reddit users, pessimistic, negative things ruin my experience and fun with a device, with tech, with YouTube. So I will continue doing me. As always, thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you guys on the next video. Peace.